It's time for RiffTrax.
Live and learn, that's what I said after I spent 3 months and still couldn't train my dog to make me a sandwich. Well, I'll just have to take another leave of absence from RiffTrax and try again.
You haven't learned anything.
Is that what the phrase means? Well, live and learn.
Blah, 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 whose enthusiastic cooperation made this picture possible.
Technical advisor on Live and Learn? Will I? Oh, God, wait till the other PhDs hear about this. In your face, Dad. You said I'd never amount to anything. Well, look at me now.
Children come and go in this hospital every day.
And that's just the
The
staff.
following scenes show some of the most common accidents that happen to kids. Because they did first and thought last, they ended up in an ambulance like the one here. And here are some facts not very many people know.
I am the baby god. All shall bow down before me. Go forth, my followers, and soil yourselves.
Like polio, TB, and heart trouble put together.
Ladies, I'm
Tell
down
that to
here.
your mom and dad tonight. They'll really be surprised. For instance, we know that every boy and girl should know how to swim.
So learn how to swim, you gutless waste of
That
space.
girl wants to have some fun. Looks like she's telling her friend to jump on Johnny when he comes up from his dive.
Johnny's and her relationship did not end well.
Yep, that's what she told him to do, all right. That's a good trick.
Trick.
It worked out just like she planned.
Tricky.
Wait a minute. Something's wrong with Johnny. Of course, tricks don't always turn out as we think they will.
Like that trick I
this
pulled
one,
when I
for
killed my brother-in-law in a
Lucky for
bar
Johnny
fight.
That Pete knew enough to drag him out of the pool and give him artificial respiration at once.
Pete also has a full medical team
Had
in the
they
pocket
waited
of his swim
until they
trunks.
got to the hospital to do it, like this poor boy, it would have been too late. The trick almost had an unhappy ending.
As opposed to this hilarious conclusion.
Another bad thing to fool around with is fire, as you all know. A campfire can be a lot of fun, but it can also be very dangerous.
I heard campfires can be a lot of fun, something, 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 something.
Yep, me
Yeah,
too.
yeah, same here.
But Bill just isn't thinking about danger.
Come on, Bill.
It sure makes you mad when you try and still can't get a blaze started.
And when the cops ask you what you're doing, lighting fire to your own failing restaurant.
It seems that David here has a good idea.
Oh, hang on, I'm gonna get Nicolas Cage and strap him to our fire.
Probably some more matches. Although if he hasn't started it by now, if that's gas in that can, he's going to be awfully sorry.
And if there wasn't gas, they really sucked at can labeling back then.
Maybe one of his pals will stop him from throwing that gas on the fire. No one said a word. They're too busy concentrating on the fire to think about what might happen.
Yeah, whatever's in this can of whatever might help.
And did happen. So, another bad accident.
Accident? He turned into a El
Doesn't
Santo.
always
What
take
could be
gasoline
cooler?
to make fire dangerous. With know-how, you can burn fires. With carelessness, fires will burn you.
And in Russia, fires burnt. Hey, he stole my whole act.
Here's another cause for accidents happening while you're playing. For instance, this looks simple, doesn't it?
Surviving in a post-apocalyptic rural landscape? No, actually.
And it was. Until one of the boys decided to jump.
Little Davy Lee Roth.
Oops, there he goes. He still seems to be in one piece. He said it was easy, nothing to it. Tells his friend to jump.
Calls his friend a nutless little coward.
But this boy isn't so sure. Come on, Mike, don't be afraid. Jump. It's not high.
My femur barely broke through the
Mike,
skin.
Not wanting to appear afraid, takes a deep breath and jumps.
And yes, the kid we forced to play the kid who broke his leg also broke his leg.
His friend is very sorry, but being sorry won't mend a broken leg.
Oh, it hurts so much. Need all your lunch money for the year. Oh, need to date your hot sister. Ow.
So the hospital gets another patient. Jumping from high places isn't smart. And pushing somebody when he doesn't expect it can be very dangerous.
Doctor, that's actually my
Walking on
arm
big
you're
fences,
setting.
Climbing around old buildings may be fun, but it can also put boys and girls in the hospital And that isn't so much fun.
We need something to help this plaster dry. Nurse, grab that can of gasoline.
Here's something else to look out for. Playing in the streets. Ball games are fun, but they should also be safe.
I heard ball games in the street are
That's what
fun,
playgrounds
something,
and
something.
schoolyards
Yeah,
are
me too.
for. Or if he keeps his eye on the ball, he can't look out for traffic too.
Guy in the car's yelling, I got it! Mine!
Either a friend's warning or the car's brakes prevented an accident. Or saved
I'm pretending because
this
I
boy.
cost us the game.
And again, the ambulance brings in the victim of an accident that never should have happened.
Let's take you now to a totally justified accident, one we're glad happened.
Bob and Ed went canoeing at the lake one afternoon.
This being L.A., the lake is actually pooled bum urine.
It was a lovely day, peaceful and quiet, perfect for boating.
And really, the safest place to chuck M80s and watch the fish float to the top.
Too quiet for Ed, I guess, 'cause all of a sudden, he shouted to Bob to look at something on the shore.
Wow, it's Don Knotts!
Bob did something no one should ever do.
Poop in a
Stand
boat.
up in a canoe. This gave Ed a chance to start rocking the canoe and scare poor Bob. But once again, what started out as an innocent joke ended up in something more serious.
It ended up in romance.
It's a good thing Ed remembered what he'd learned in the Boy Scouts
Duh, have a pillow.
and threw Bob a safety seat in time to prevent a drowning.
Oh, this is going to end well.
Guns cause some of the worst accidents and the most tragic. Blindness.
From getting shot in the
Such
ass.
a gun is not only illegal for boys in most cities, but is a possible killer and crippler in their hands.
No, you're not standing close enough to be considered stupid.
He's a good shot, but look what happens.
Somewhere Ralphie's mom laughs maniacally.
It's very easy to put out an eye with a BB gun, or with pieces of flying glass, as happened in this case.
And the NRA puts out a press release blaming glass.
Is it worth this, boys and girls? Supposing this were you,
Well, maybe a pirate-style eye patch.
Ooh.
That'd be totally worth it.
Oh, yeah.
just getting a half look at the world because someone didn't know how to use a gun safely.
Not how vision actually works.
Exactly.
Now take the case of this young lady, cutting out paper dolls in the safety of her own home.
Suddenly a paper cut blinds her.
Doesn't seem possible an accident could happen here, does it?
Well, it does with you at the helm, bub.
When she heard her father at the door, she got excited. She'd just have time to hide behind the door and surprise him, like she did every night. She jumped to her feet.
Red rum.
This time it was different. She tripped and fell on the scissors.
Just as I planned it.
And the doctor has another patch-up job to do. It's always dangerous to run with scissors or any other sharp-pointed object in the hand.
You should throw your scissors,
Also
then walk
dangerous
to them
climb on
safely.
anything while holding scissors. If you fell, you could cut yourself or poke out an eye.
There must have been eyeballs dangling out of their sockets everywhere back then.
Sure, walking seems harmless, but one tiny crack in the sidewalk can put out an eye.
For God's sake, don't ever run! Are you mad? Your eyes!
Now, how could anything possibly happen to these boys?
Well, now you're just getting smug, you sadistic bastard.
Let's go out to the edge of the cliff.
And shoot BB guns at canoes.
His friends know better. But Nick feels like exploring. He doesn't stop to think that the fence was put up for a reason.
Come and look at all the dead bodies at the bottom.
No, Nick doesn't stop to think until it's too late. The boy learned what fences were for the hard way, and he's not out of trouble yet.
He disgusts me, and I hope he dies.
But lucky for Nick, he's not alone.
His pals are ready to hurl themselves down, stupidly.
One of his friends goes for help.
The others shower Nick with fist-sized rocks.
and comes back with the best friend a kid could have when trouble occurs.
A lawyer.
A policeman. The officer goes into action fast.
He calls a rescue squad and drives to the bottom of the ravine. He at least calls for backup, right? He certainly doesn't do anything idiotic, like tie a flimsy knot in an old rope. Oh, dear God. He's doing it.
And the job of rescue begins.
Let's see, here we go. Whoops.
That's one thing to remember, boys and girls. Whenever you get into real trouble, go to your nearest police officer or sheriff. You'll find him a real friend in need.
Sure, he may have some really stupid ideas on how to help you, but hey, he's a friend. Cut him some slack.
Officer, you know I fell into somebody's backyard.
I'm here to rescue you, young man.
But there's a road about 20 feet
No
away.
need to thank me, just
See
doing
how
my
the
job.
officer questions Nick to make sure he's not hurt any place but his wrist before he carries him up the rope.
Wait, what? I fell into a beach neighborhood.
Hang tight, son.
This isn't Death Valley, it's Santa Monica.
He's learned his lesson and was lucky not to have been hurt more than he was.
Well, give him a few more minutes here.
He's doomed.
You youngsters can save yourselves a lot of pain if you just stop and think.
You
Listen
morons.
to the advice of your parents and teachers. A hospital bed isn't anywhere near as nice as your bed at home.
And probably smells
A
better.
bone that is broken in too many places may keep you from ever playing ball again.
But I'm a cellist.
Maybe figures don't mean much to you, but listen. Try to understand.
Get this through
because
your
it's
thick
your
monkey
life
skull.
I'm talking about. More than 12,500 kids die every year. More than 50,000 of them are permanently crippled every year. More than 1,500,000 children are seriously injured every year. And all of these accidents happen in your own home.
That's right,
your
you
own
are killing and
neighborhood.
injuring millions of
So
children.
be careful, kids.
You, personally.
Too many youngsters end up in the hospital. Why don't you stay out of it?
Mind your own business.
Live and learn, because you are the America of tomorrow.
And when you injure yourself, you might as well hand your family over to Khrushchev and his thugs for torture.
Get outside and have some fun.
Sid Davis out.
It's time for RiffTrax.
Copyright by RiffTrax, all rights reserved.